I want to address a little bit about tenure, and I'll use it as most people think of it, not in the fancy term that Craig came up with. I've been in education for 42 years. During that 42 years, I was only on tenure 2 years. Since then, I haven't been able to hold a job serving 5 other school districts. But as an administrator, I accepted that up front. My tenure is as good as last Saturday's board meeting. But that's the role superintendents accept. It is not the role that a classroom teacher should have to live with. To do your job, you should not have to worry about whether you gave a bad grade to the wrong parent's child. You should not have to worry about other things like that. Accountability should and must be based on more than simple I-step scores. You cannot control whether a child doesn't feel well on I-step day. You cannot control whether there are family issues at that time. And even if you could, there are many other things that you teach and influence children with every day that cannot be measured by I-step. Individuals who dedicate their lives to educating children and who are always looking out for the best interest of children should have a prospect for an enduring career. That's what happens when you're that close to legislatures all day. You should have an enduring career, and you should expect a fair and attractive salary. You should not expect your compensation to escalate up and down from year to year based upon this year's crop of children and how well they do. That's not the way to do business, and you should not be put in competition with the teacher next door. You should be collaborating with them. I don't see times getting very good very fast. I fear that there will be additional reductions in staff and programs in the near future. I see no way to avoid that at this point because the people who are aligned against public education have the votes and they don't care. They're going to do what they're going to do. The union, the Superintendent's Association, the Principals Association, the School Business Managers Association are all working pretty much together in most cases to blunt some of the legislation that is coming. We may modify some of the language. There has been some modification already, but everything now switches around as the bills switch houses to see how they'll mess them up even more. I think we will be able to modify things. We may be able to slow things. We will not stop them. It's going to happen. After that occurs, I think that it is critically important that we all remember why we went into this business in the first place, and that is for the benefit of the children. We will all be in this together, and it is essential that the educators and the parents not fight among themselves. We will do what we have always done, and that is the best with what is provided for us, with our own ability and creativity, and we will continue to do the best job we can for every child every day. People know I was a social studies teacher. I'm not really a bean counter, and I have no artistic capability, I was a social studies person, a bomb thrower. And it's really important that as this legislative session plays out, one, contact your legislators. They really do pay attention. They count noses on who contacts them and who doesn't. Not by person, by number. How many did we get? The labor unions are much more effective than we are because they send a lot more bodies down there than we do. Now, the people that we talk to today go, well, we don't pay any attention to that. Pardon me. The meeting I was in, we had to shut the door to be able to hear each other. If you think they're ignoring that, think again. Email them, call them, write letters to them. It does make a difference. Don't bother with the governor. His out-and-out contempt for public educators, he will not pay any attention to you at all. If you want to have creative fun, contact Tony Bennett. He's fun to talk to. He doesn't listen real well, but he's fun to talk to. But your legislators do pay attention. Pay attention to them, but go one step further. Remember how they voted, not what they say. Because the one wonderful thing about democracy is there's always another election. Don't forget how they voted. Thank you.